The physical consciousness is the primary seat of the guna of tamas in the being, in general, and thus, when the waking consciousness of the mental and vital levels is in abeyance during sleep, there is a natural tendency for the tamasic energy to come forward for a time. One of the first questions to arise is, what happens to the mental and vital consciousness during sleep? Some speculate that they simply go into a state of inactivity or lesser activity. What we can say is that the sleep state tends ordinarily to remove this self-awareness. When the consciousness is active and outward focused, our brain waves tend to operate at a certain frequency, generally called beta waves, with a cycle of between 12 and 30 hertz. As we move the awareness inwards and calm these waves, the next cycle, called alpha waves, takes over with a frequency range of 8 to 12 hertz. Next come theta waves with a lower frequency between 4 and 8 hertz. Delta waves at 0.5 to 4 hertz are characteristic of periods of deep sleep. Dream states tend to vibrate at ranges between alpha and beta for the most part, although still mostly absent in dreams is the conscious interactive awareness of the waking state. Gamma waves, from 30 hertz to 100 hertz, are evident in highly focused concentration and cognition. Lucid dreaming may also share some oscillations in the gamma wave range. Meditation tends to range between the alpha and theta brain waves, while those who are highly developed in meditation may exhibit gamma wavelength activity. The activity of the dream state appears to be a transcription of impressions, either being processed from the waking state or from some access to mental or vital planes that are the natural seat of the mental and vital consciousness we integrate into our waking self-awareness to some degree. With an overview of the various states of consciousness, their characteristic brainwave activity, and the interaction between these different states and the various planes of existence, we can begin to understand the role of sleep as we move consciousness out to other realms and let the body and the subconscious action of the being work to restore balance, reduce tension, and provide the opportunity to heal and replenish the body's energy. To become conscious in sleep, then, involves the ability to create links and a transcriptive ability between these different realms. Lucid dreaming and certain states of meditation seem to create such bridges and may signal a way forward for sadhana during sleep. Many people describe dreams that are not just random or archetypal events, but which have them dealing with vital beings or mental constructs in a different way than the waking consciousness, while maintaining the awareness of their self-identity. Some describe meeting with spiritual teachers or guides during the sleep state or in dreams, and these experiences may carry over into the waking state, either with conscious remembrance or as a subconscious impression that impacts their external waking experience. In today's world, another factor can impact all of these states of awareness, and that is the prevalence of electronic devices and the stimulation they provide through radiation of various frequencies and wavelengths. These can be highly disruptive of the natural patterns, influencing an individual's ability to sleep at all, or by disturbing the cycles that sleep creates throughout the period of sleep. It is recommended to shut down use of these devices at least several hours before the time of sleep to reduce their disruptive impacts. Those who are practicing spiritual sadhana can also prepare for their time of sleep through practicing meditation, prayer, or remembrance, so that they carry that state into the realm of sleep, which keeps them centered and helps to avoid the disruptions that can occur when chaotic energies or tamasic influences predominate. Sri Aurobindo observes, quote, "The consciousness in the night almost always descends below the level of what one has gained by sadhana in the waking consciousness, unless there are special experiences of an uplifting character in the time of sleep, or unless the yogic consciousness acquired is so strong in the physical itself as to counteract the pull of the subconscient inertia. In ordinary sleep, the consciousness in the body is that of the subconscient physical, which is a diminished consciousness, not awake and alive like the rest of the being. The rest of the being stands back, and part of its consciousness goes out into other planes and regions, and has experiences which are recorded in dreams, such as that you have related. You say you go to very bad places and have experiences like the one you narrate, but that is not a sign, necessarily, of anything wrong in you. It merely means that you go into the vital world, as everybody does, and the vital world is full of such places and such experiences. What you have to do is not so much to avoid it all going there, for it cannot be avoided altogether, but to go with full protection until you get mastery in these regions of supraphysical nature. That is one reason why you should remember the mother and open to the force before sleeping. For the more you get that habit and do it successfully, the more the protection will be with you." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo, Bases of Yoga, Chapter 5, Physical Consciousness, Subconscient, Sleep and Dream, Illness, page 98.